I can give an example. Okay, so in Qigong, you want to lengthen your tendons, you want to lengthen your joints,
Yeah.
you want your muscles to be soft, right?
Okay.
Why do you want your muscles to be soft? Because you want the chi to flow easily.
Right.
If your tendons are tight and your joints are compressed, chi won't flow easily. You need that space. Like
Chi
right
won't
now,
flow
I'm here.
easily and aches and pains will result.
Right. So when you're working in a gym and working fitness stuff, what are you doing? You're tightening your body instead of loosening it and lengthening it. So it's in the opposite direction. So when I was here, and while I'm here, I was, one of my things I told you is I was looking to find authentic Thai system. So I finally found, after trial and error, going to different places, I finally found a real authentic Thai, traditional Thai medicine doctor.
Nice.
With a whole, she knows a lot of different modalities from the ancient system. And she started, I think, when she was 11 or younger from her grandmother. And the work that she was doing on me and her student, because she had to go away, so I found one of her students, was basically tendon work, releasing my tendons. It wasn't fun.
You releasing yours? What do you
Yeah,
mean not fun?
tendon work. It's painful. I told her I came here to have fun and enjoy, not to have pain. What she said, over the many years and years and years that you've done work, now you have to release it. You have not done any work to release it. So in their system, tendons need to be loose for longevity, which is the same thing in Qigong. So basically, it was a lot of, all over my body, a lot of tendon releasing work. Not fun.
I know, but this is what I naturally learned from my TCM doctor. He's like a renegade TCM. He doesn't even have a. He's like retired, um, just going around Singapore, just doing what he wants to do. And for me, he just teaches me tricks and tips. And he was the one who told me to release like the tendon in the neck and the different parts of the body. And he was the first one. When I did it, I was like, whoa, that really relieved so much of my aches and pain in the neck. So I've been progressively improving. Um, and what his tip really was very powerful, and it's similar to that. It's releasing the tendons. And I also went for the, I think it was
I mean, she
rolfing.
was releasing the tendons in my ears. I mean, it
I
wasn't
do that. I do
so
that.
painful. She was like with this little thing, and I'm like, it hurt. And so I'm saying tendon everywhere.
But I've
My
been doing it for
eyes.
myself. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, naturally, I don't know. I think it's from him, plus some rolfing, plus this incredible masseuse teacher, massage teacher that I learned from. Like, they're all kind of saying the same thing. So, and when I try it for myself, it works. So, yeah, I'm doing the same thing. You're getting someone to do it for you. Um,
Oh, it's not fun. Sitting there for 3 hours each session, it's not fun.
but the masseuse teacher that I'm learning from, doesn't he, she's doing it in a different way, and I really felt a huge difference with her. It's no pain for her though. She's releasing and very powerfully. So she's got the acupressure point. That's one, and she can feel. And she also is doing energy clearing as well. So I could feel like the moment she touches, that's releasing, yes, but she's also releasing whatever non-beneficial that's inside, and clearing it. And it's really, really powerful.
So in the regular, when you're riding a bike or when you're running, what you're doing, you're tightening up. You're tightening up your ligaments. I mean your tendons. And so in the in fitness industry or even the physical therapy industry, you say, "Oh, I need to stretch out my ligaments and tendons." They'll look at you like, "What are you doing?" Right?
I think there
It's
is,
the opposite.
I think they do stretching. They do understand that flexibility is important and doing all this kind of work is important. And that's why they do go for a lot of therapy because they're in so much pain and that is relieving them of it. Right? Yeah. But
But how much are they doing in the opposite direction?
yeah, I
You
understand
know
what
what
you're
I mean?
saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you're
So
saying.
But
Yeah.
here, just look at all these advanced yogis and that live for a very long time, and even qigong and martial artists that live for a very long time, like the late 80s, 90s, 100. I mean, look at them. They don't look like bodybuilders. Or the person I showed you, the picture of the guy who's 155 years old, right, living in a monastery. What he did is he has had to escape India, and because and to go to Nepal with a lot of books. I'm talking about, I think they said millions of pages of books of ancient science, of health, longevity, psychology, all the different sciences that you can think of. He had to take them and bring them to the monastery, and they're written in several different ancient languages. And you had to bring them to the monastery because at that time in India, they were destroying those books, whoever the occupiers were at that time. So he was in charge of taking them and bringing them to the monastery, and he stayed at the monastery. And there are people, he has friends there who are in the monastery who are older than him. And right now, what they're doing is they're trying to translate uh, the writings into today's language. So what I heard is like some of them have arguments because there is some guys who are like 200 years old and some are like in their early hundreds. And the guys who are 200 years old are yelling at the guys who are 100. You don't know what that means. You're too young. This word means this. You don't know what you're talking about. You know,
Wait, it's
and
happening now in a monastery in
right
Nepal.
now. Yeah, right now.
Are you going there?
I think there's a group of 5 or 10 of them. I'm not sure. A group of 5 or 10 of them that are going through this book and trying to translate it into today's language because they're written in the ancient languages
Right. How do you
and they
know
all
this?
speak different languages. Oh, because one of the guys who's in charge of it, he was talking about it. I was on one of his calls, and he studied from his teacher who died at 125, I would say, or 135, and he learned from his teacher, and now he's doing the same healing modalities that his teacher taught him. And one of the things that he's doing is he's bringing those writings, trying to translate it into today's language. So so the guy that's standing, was there a picture of the guy standing next to him?
Yep.
Yeah, the guy standing next to him. That's the Indian uh, doctor,
Mm.
Siddha doctor, that is helping bringing that language, all that literature, and translating it into today's, language.
Fascinating. I mean, I was just looking at that picture and I thought, whoa, there's really good energy coming from that picture. I should print it out and put it in my room.
Yeah, so the tall guy is this tall guy is the 155-year-old guy, right? And
Yep.
the short guy is the Indian a doctor, right? Siddha medicine doctor, and he studied from the tall guy's brother.
Right.
So the tall guy's brothers who taught him.
Right.
So that's the connection there.
So they're practicing sitter science? Is that?
Yeah, Siddha is just one of them, but in India they had several different systems out there. So
Mm.
we're talking. I think they said millions of pages. So because those pages are this small, this size. Written, you know, maybe I don't know how it's written, but it's written, so they
In what
just
language?
in different languages, in different ancient languages. So it could be in the Vedic language, then probably Tamil language, and some other languages that are lost and no one's really speaking
Wow.
right now. So, but the group I think of 10 people who are between the years of 100 and over 200, they know the languages. All of them know at least several of the old languages, and that's why they're trying to translate it into current language. And like what this word meant back then. Today we have words that 100 years ago didn't mean anything, or a word that means different than what it meant 100 years ago. Let's say in the English language.
Yeah.
So So that's some of the arguments they're having is like you
For
don't need
example, lame many years ago, like a decade or more, referred to a person who didn't have use of his legs, like he couldn't or
yeah
didn't have legs. And then decades later, lame means like dumb, silly, lame, so lame. I'm like,
yeah
whoa.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna share you
So
something. Yeah, sorry.
when you look at those type of people, you'll see that they when you look at their bodies, doesn't look anything like the ones that you see in a fitness magazine.
But it's so nice.
I know and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's okay, but don't confuse that with becoming healthy. You're healthier, right? Don't confuse that with becoming healthier.
Oh my gosh.